just as a orang kata sebagai permulaan. Okay, sebelum kita nak tengok apa ala tuju sesuatu pair ataupun currency ataupun index ataupun equity as overall, better kita orang kata selalu tengok orang kata apa news yang mungkin akan berlaku ataupun yang line up for next week. Okay, so I just quickly share next week punya event. Okay, at least kita dapat idea. Then that will become kita punya base untuk tentukan ataupun untuk buat mapping where will be the direction. Okay guys. Okay, so just give me about a couple of minutes. I'll just quickly run through. Okay, hari Isnin seperti biasa kita tak ada apa. Cuma BOE Bank of England governor is making a speech. Okay, it really depends. I think it's not going to make much movement except dia punya speech is a bit tilted to hawkish ataupun a bit tilted to dovish. But I think at this point, market I think is in the middle. Okay, in the mid range. Neither on the hawkish side too much or on the other side, nor on the dovish side. Okay, so market will be just moving in a sideways, or if suddenly something really is tilted dia punya mode towards a more hawkish, then GBP will be going on the north side. But if it is slightly dovish, then it's going on the side. But at this point, I think it will be a sideways kind of a move because market is currently everyone's looking at what is the geopolitical tension on Ukraine and Russia. Okay, so Tuesday we have a Swiss chef francs, so we are not expecting it much. And also we have a JOS opening. Yes, it's partially a bit important, but not too much. It's just a JOS opening. I think we're not going to see much surprise unless this has become suddenly like a 20 million or 15 million kind of a JOS opening. Then probably we might see some surprises. But if it's like between 10 to 12 million, we don't see any much volatility in the market. Okay, so Wednesday, I think just a fish. Okay, this one probably might make some move because it's a precursor to this the big event for the next week, which is the NFP. Okay, so that might be some kind of volatility depending on the numbers coming out here. Okay, again we need to look at the deviation ataupun we call it what is the range that's beyond the expectation. If it's just within the certain range, then it's just it's a normal thing for us to expect. Okay, unless it's beyond a certain number, maybe above 600,000 or below 350,000 or 300,000, then we might see some surprises. Okay. Then after that, okay, we have a GDP, but I don't think this might make a bit of volatility. Okay, but still bear in mind GDP is one of the key economic indicators. Okay, if some good numbers coming out, then you probably see US dollar probably strengthening. Some slightly lower numbers, then it might weaken US dollar. Okay. Again, I think market probably will be sideways ataupun moving in the certain direction. Okay, because the highlight for next week is NFP. So anything that happening at the beginning of the week is just to move into a certain direction ataupun what we call buy the rumors, sell the news kind of thing. Okay, that means market probably predicting something for NFP. So they will, let's say for example, buy US dollar, and then suddenly once the news comes out, then sell US dollar. So the highlight of the week is actually NFP, so market event. Okay, although all this partially like this one and this one GDP is also quite important. Okay, before NFP. Okay, but Thursday one PCE. Okay, this one have to be watch out for. This might make market a bit volatility because this is another precursor before ataupun among the key economic indicators used by FOMC for their interest rate decision for the next FOMC. Okay, so this core PCE number, okay, especially year-on-year number, okay, and also the just a normal PCE number will move the market. Okay, so Thursday will be volatile, and of course Friday, this part NFP, this definitely will be a orang kata market mover for that night ataupun Friday night before the weekend close ataupun for the week closing of the week. Okay, so with that, I think in summary, NFP will be the highlight of the week. Okay, but this PC number will be the, if I want to rank it, this will be number one, this will be number two, probably this two will be number three, and this is number four, number five, that kind of ranking. Okay, so just watch out on this news. Okay, so with that, okay, saya nampak ada question pasal index, DAX 30, sorry, DAX 30 ke Dow Jones I
Index
just want to be
USD
sure.
US 30.
US 30, okay. So US 30 basically means Dow Jones lah. Okay. So Dow Jones is actually used primarily to gauge the economic strength ataupun economic direction for US definitely, and also slightly to global. But again, this only comprises 30 companies like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, P&G, I think some few banks, and I think probably even maybe we can search a few companies, but it's only 30 companies. Okay, maybe Boeing or Pfizer is all inside. I can't remember whether they're still inside this, or even like ada satu beberapa company. Okay, so nevertheless, in terms of the direction, I think we all know Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq all on the big uptrend. Okay, but the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months, okay, since they reached this top, if I may take it, let's say this will be 37,000. Okay, so this is the highest kalau saya ambil kat sini lah. Okay, so 37,000 is the mark ataupun the resistance. Since then, they buat almost about 3 months ago ataupun 2.5 months ago. Okay, on the early of the year. Then since then they dah drop. I think the drop last time I mentioned. Let me see. The drop is almost about 13% from the high. Okay, but then now it is last couple of days they recovered. I think almost half. Yeah, almost about 8.5% they dah recover. Okay, so 13% drop tapi dia dah recover about almost half lah, 50%. So kalau tengok daripada sini pun, okay, daripada daily time frame, it is actually sitting almost at the Fibo 50 and trying to touch to about Fibo 61.8, which is around 35,000. Okay, so last couple of days, especially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 1 week, okay, market dia macam sideways between 34,900 to around 34,000. So I think yesterday was quite positive overall for the broadly for the market. Okay, so looking at the purely on the chart and what's happening globally on some positive sentiment. Okay, although the geopolitical issue between Ukraine and Russia, still we don't see any good news, but we also don't see further aggression from Russia. Okay, so this is giving slightly good news or positive news. Okay, that's why I think market is recovering ataupun boosting. But again, bear in mind, whatever happening right now, this move is I think last week or 2 weeks ago I mentioned it. It's kind of a correction ataupun pullback. Okay, to make this somewhere here a lower high kind of a mode before they push down. Okay, so that means we are looking at it maybe 1 or 2 moves before they continue. That means we probably see kind of a head and shoulders pattern on a bigger time frame. Okay, or you guys call it Quasimodo QM level, okay, then it's some kind of a pullback, okay, to find the supply zone dekat sini, so that the sellers can come in and push the market kat sini. So you guys need to watch out any zone between 35,000 close to about 35,500. That means mid 35,000 lah. Okay, 35.5. Okay, around this zone. That means FIBO 61.8 and closer to this somewhere before 78.6. Okay, so this will be a zone for you guys to see whether there is a rejection, then moving, or if you guys think this will be a breakout of the trend line and a pullback, then continue. So there are two scenarios. Either way you look at it, but what's probably most possible is some kind of upside here and a pullback. Okay, so this is most likely it might happen next week, but whether after that is going to go up, break out and make another lower high ke sini, or they continue down back here, this we need to watch out for at the later part. Okay, but at this point I'm more biased towards this move, breakout, pullback, and another slightly lower high, then move down. Okay, because I'm expecting market to be a bit bearish for some time. Okay, because the Ukraine-Russia issue will be prolonged for a couple of months or a couple of weeks. So until then, we probably don't see much move to the upside on the global equity. Okay, but suddenly Russia pulled out from Ukraine, then you see this move. Okay, then you see this move. This is if suddenly Russia pulled out from Ukraine, but as long as Russia still maintain, then we will probably see this move. Okay, so this is a move. If the Russia pulled out from Ukraine, this might be the move. If Russia in Ukraine, this will be the move. Okay, so this on the US30. Since biasa kita akan tengok sekali arung lah US30 and then S&P 500. Okay, so let me just quickly see S&P 500. Okay, S&P 500 pun sama. Okay, lebih kurang dia punya movement will be almost replicate Dow Jones, ataupun actually Dow Jones is the one replicate because the 30 companies is also sitting in S&P 500 and those are the one big capital companies ataupun company macam blue chips lah. Okay, so it clearly has actually made a breakout, okay, on this trend line. Okay, so it's making some kind of a move upside, maybe a minor pullback, and then test again this level somewhere dekat 4,600, okay, and probably meet ataupun it can go as high as 4,700. So anywhere between 4,600 to 4.7 is the one we are expecting, okay, to make this lower high, okay, and then probably then make a bit of a rejection back down here. Okay, so sama macam dia punya move, kalau apa tu Russia Ukraine issue is a positive, you see maybe it can go up to 4,800 to make a double top. Okay, but if it's not a positive news, then we'll probably see downward move back to 4,005 to 4,400. Okay, so this is a move we are expecting if Russia-Ukraine issue still prolong for another couple of weeks. Ataupun anything orang kata something Russia try to impose orang kata tit for tat sanction against US ataupun US key people ataupun even I don't know against the European nation. So that one we have to just follow the key headlines. Okay. The other one we just quickly look at it, is the Nasdaq. Okay, So kalau tengok kat sini, dia punya movement pun lebih kurang sama. Semua macam they are making a mirror of each other. Okay. So they're all moving in a positive trend. Okay. I think right now it's all sitting around FIBO 50. So it's just a matter of time before they try one more upside. Okay. That means this level around 15,000 plus. Okay. 15,250. Okay, right now they are almost about 14,700. So maknanya ada lagi 500 point untuk dia naik lah. So maybe we might see a bit of a breakout, pullback, trying to push higher, maybe stuck somewhere dekat sini. Okay, breakout, pullback, and try to attempt. Maybe a bit of a rejection. If some positive news, then maybe one more attempt to about 15,500 ataupun close to 15,600. Okay, then pullback, deeper pullback. So this might be the move. That means it's making some kind of a bull trap ataupun bearish flag before dia push lower, something like this. So this kind of a move similar to Dow Jones and also S&P 500. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting because I think the positive news is good, but I think the globally, I think the inflation and also the commodity price increase and also the higher interest rate going to be raised in a couple of weeks or months by most of the central banks. That is not so positive news for the untuk equity market. So we will expect a bit deeper pullback for those equity market as a overall. Okay, Bun?
Okey, baik. Terima kasih Cikgu Rashid. So itu analisa untuk indeks US 30, US 500 dan juga US 100